Well, the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game The Chronicles is out, and I am just a little disappointed, but let's go ahead and talk about that episode, which is up on the official Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG YouTube channel, and it does have official English subtitles. So when I say disappointing, I'm mostly talking about the length, because it is only 4 minutes long. It is a really exciting 4 minutes, and when you compare this to something like Pokémon Generations, which was one of the first series of web animations we got for that franchise back in 2016, basically all of those had episodes that were about 4 to 5 minutes in length. So I guess they're kind of comparable in that sense. I just obviously would have preferred 10 minutes long. So the point is, the actual episode is following the Sky Striker lore, and we follow Sky Striker Ray as she approaches Sky Striker Zeke, the giant evil mech that has Rose inside, and a battle commences. Ray equips her Kagari armor and uses that for the episode. There are some flashbacks to some of their encounters earlier on, but if you'll remember, we did get a significant portion of the story back with the solo mode about 2 months ago. So yeah, the solo mode in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel had some animations. These were great and set up the story of the Sky Striker lore. Though there was no dialogue, you were sort of able to gather the story just from the animation. And in between each of these animations, there was the little solo mode bits, but had some nice kind of motion tweened animation playing in the background. So the point is to kind of get the full experience you need to play through that, or at least, watch it online, and then you come over to this episode of the card game Chronicles. Because really all that happens in this 4-minute segment is Ray fighting against the Zeke mech, which she is able to overcome, though what sets this apart is there is some actual voice acting. And there are only 2 characters in this with a few lines, but they do a great job. Ray defeats the giant mech and is able to rescue Rose inside. Rose is unconscious at first, but then comes to, and they're able to really reunite, and now they can become friends from here on out. So yeah, overall the animation, performance, everything else, the vibes are so good. I really do love the introduction that no doubt we're going to be seeing for every episode that uses Passionate Duelist as the intro music. And then of course the actual music in this episode is great, just like basically everything else in Master Duel and a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game promotional stuff. So if by chance you haven't watched this episode, I really do think you need to rewatch all of the animations that we got from the solo mode, as well as the other story that you do actually have to read. So when you put all of that together, it actually makes a pretty decent amount of content for Sky Striker lore. And when viewed all together, it makes a more complete story that I really do like, and I think is, some of the best we've seen of Yu-Gi-Oh! At least in terms of animated projects as of late. We do know that the next upcoming episode is going to be even more Sky Striker stuff, so when that one comes out, we'll be able to continue discussing it further. So for our first episode, I think this is off to a great start. Again, during the build up to this and all the promotion that Konami was doing, I was really comparing it to a lot of Pokemon's more recent animated projects, though the ones in recent memory were a bit more complete stories that kind of highlight small sections of the pre-existing lore. And of course Pokemon has more money overall, so they're able to do actual 10-minute episodes, give or take. So when going into this, I think you really do need to have the mentality that's a lot more similar to Pokémon Generations that came out about a decade ago. And for what it is, I think the first episode of Card Game Chronicles is great. We're going to be getting a new one about every month, which is going to be a long wait in between each episode, but it will definitely make for a fun summer and whatever else is coming out beyond this. So let me know what you think in the comments below and what else you would like to see going forward. And if you enjoy watching me talk about anime in this sort of format, then you can check out my brand new channel, which was very ill-advised to make, but hey, I'm going to be making mostly YouTube shorts on that channel discussing some of the new episodes of My Hero Academia and whatever other anime that I'm watching. So if you could check that out, that'd be pretty cool. But for now, you can stick around for more Yu-Gi-Oh! On this channel. Anyway, this is Gatorax, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all later.